Good afternoon and welcome to Thrumall, more reminiscent of an extension of the Arctic Circle this afternoon. A biting wind blowing across Thrumall. Temperatures feeling below zero, certainly up here on the gantry. It's the last match of the centenary season, it's for third and fourth place. And from St Helens tide this afternoon, without a coach since the departure of Eric Hughes, there's no fewer than 8 big names missing. We'll get onto that in a moment. This afternoon's match sponsors are Marshall's Building Products, who are the main sponsors at Thrumall and have been for the last 3 seasons. And Halifax this afternoon is getting a more regular look about it, with the exception of young Chris Chester, who's pulled out with a muscle injury. Amanga at full-backs, injured Ellis, Twilanga, Heighton and Monroe in the 3/4. Moana moves into his more regular position of standoff partner in Craig Dean. Jackson, Rowley and Kettridge in the front row, Amoni and Michael Jackson in the second row, Simon Baldwin at loose forward, Carl Briggs, Carl Gillespie, Mark Pennant and Paul Anderson are on the bench. Stuart Cummins is the referee, drawing the captains together. Also there is today's mascot, sponsored by Milan's Hotel and Wine Bar, Kirsty Hinscliffe, 7-year-old, the pupil at Hollywell Green Junior and Infant School. She plays rugby for Siddle under-8s, and her hobbies include swimming and riding a mountain bike. And her favourite players are John Bentley, Paul Rowley and Asa Ramone. And St Helens, as I've said, without a lot of big names this afternoon. Steve Prescott at full-back, Joey Hayes, Andy Haig, Mike Riley and Danny Arnold make up an unfamiliar 3/4 line without Scott Gibbs, Paul Newlove and Anthony Sullivan, Carl Hammond at 6, and the veteran Phil Beavers standing in for Bobby Goulding as a late replacement, who I understand has a hamstring injury, possibly inflicted by John Fieldhouse just outside as he got off the Saints team bus. Apollo Parolini, Kieran Cunningham and Andy Leatham in the front row. Simon Booth and Andy Northey, normally a centre, is in the second row. Dean Busby at loose forward, Phil Waring, Chris Newell, Richard Seal, Paul Matheson on the bench. Halifax prepared to kick off, and if I didn't know better, perhaps a weakened side would suggest that Saints are more bothered about getting the top players fit for the Challenge Cup, Ronnie.
Well, I wouldn't think you'd say anything like that, Daddle. But no, it's me, no. Andy Haig breaks quickly. Now it's with Joey Hayes. Bitterly cold day here, Daddle, as you said. Talk about 10 degrees under, but we come here and it was sunny with dull collapse, wind shock. But Andy Leatham taking the ball up. I bet it's as hard as iron on there, that pitch. Looks really flat, and obviously a bit of snow and that on it. Busby brings it out. Now it's with Northey. Northey drives it up to 10 metres. Oh, he slips it up to Arnold. The ball's still going. Saints keep it going. They've got to spread it out. Try and capitalise. Try and look for a hole in the Halifax defence. It's centre field now with Steve Prescott. Cunningham attacked in half-back. A great early start for the Saints. Can they get points on the board? Short ball, Simon Booth, last one of the sequence. Referee Cummins puts his arm up. Now with Evers, he puts a tester. It's all on, the Saints will follow it up. Prescott's there, oh, but Umanga takes it well. Great take from this lad, isn't it, Darryl?
Well, it is. It was a good set of 6 for Saints from the kick-off. They've taken the ball right to the Halifax line. And they were running at 90 mile an hour, and for a team that's missing most of its stars, they've certainly set off at pace. Now Kettridge will try and bring it out for Halifax. Jackson off the short ball over the 20-metre line, driving forward. Good run by Wayne Jackson. Brought down 12 metres from halfway. Good ball inside. 5th tackle. Dean will look for the space down in that far corner, and he's forcing Prescott all the way back towards his own line. Prescott just taking his time and making it safe in the slippery conditions.
Yes, good tactics with Halifax putting the ball down. They got the wind at the backs in the first half, and it'll soon warm up for them on the pitch, Daryl, but I don't know about us on here. Talk about chilly round the Trossachs. There's no danger about that. Midway between the Saints 20 and the halfway line. Saints in possession. Cunningham scampering away. 2 young hookers here, Rowley and Cunningham. Be a good contest. Be a good contest all round. But as you said in your introduction, Saints with 8 regular first teamers out, plus that's 8 out injured, plus Scott Gibbs, that's got a 2-match suspension. Mike Riley speedy wingman gets the ball away. Umanga's there, Saints are following it up, but Umanga comes through, saw the gap, he went for it. Booth came and wrapped him up, much to the displeasure of the Thrumall faithful.
Well, he was fairly high up, was Booth. Referee more interested in taking the Saints players back to 10. Jackson finds a gap over halfway. There's 2 or 3 Saints defenders managed to get back to him. And Jackson looks as though he might have taken a knee in that incident. Wayne Jackson driving forward strongly again. But it's going to be a penalty for interference. Looked like Perolini. And Stuart Cummings has signalled for the attempted goal, which will be taken by Mikey Manga. It's 3 minutes on the clock, and Halifax with the opportunity of the first points of the game. .35 metres out is a Manga. The wind, I think, behind his back. Although it blows around a bit here at Thrumall. Taking a long time to light the ball up, prompting Stuart Cummings to just put a stop on the clock. So Umanga from 35 metres out in front of the post, looking for the first point. It's struck well enough, but it's gone to the left-hand side. So Halifax, in recent weeks, having problems with the kicking. Again there with Umanga. It should have been a fairly easy attempt. He had the height and the distance, but not the direction, as Meavers thumps it away from the dropout, and Dean brings Munro on the inside, up to halfway. Tackled by Busby. Twilange. Again it's Busby with a tackle. Now Rowley from acting half into Cunningham, his main rival for a spot in the under-20 side, under-21 side, surveys France. Cunningham claiming that Rowley had held him down. And both hookers will wanted to be on top form this afternoon, run it. John Keir's got an eye on both of them for that number 9 shirt in the under-21 squad.
He certainly has. They're both exciting players. We know Rowley's on the, well, is he still on the list, Darrell? I know he was up for about 200 thou or something like that, 250 thou. But he's an exciting player. Obviously he came from Lee, along with Simon Baldwin, isn't it? And Steve Sims was coaching at Lee. But once again, the referee moving in quickly, playing to the crowd a little, I feel, Darrell. Obviously, the Halifax, the partisan spectators, as you'd expect me to say, was just giving him a little bit of encouragement, and he fell to the bait. It gives Umanga another try for the goal, and let's see if he's as successful this time. Well, he's successful there, Darrell. He makes no mistake on the second attempt and bangs it through, and Halifax take a 2-0 lead.
Of course, the Halifax supporters would complain. They've had some good tips in the 2 defeats they've taken at St Helens under that popular side. There's 1 or 2 partisan supporters there wear red and white, Ronnie.
Definitely is. There's some rum lads. We all have them, don't they? Taking a notice. Halifax kick off. Saints get the possession. Andy Haig again comes through, and Michael Jackson. Good attack to the chest, and that one's a bit high the second time to Arnold. The first one did come off the ball carrying hand, but that one there was straight round the neck piece. And Phil Beavers, who should be instrumental in the scrum half position with the injury to Bobby Golding. We'd like to wish him and his wife Paula well on the birth of their second son. Perolini taking the ball up into the Halifax half, brought down 10 metres in. Well, not brought down, he's still struggling. The referee should shout held, but good tackling from Halifax there. The Saints build up again. Dean Busby. Michael Jackson, one of the tacklers in. Cunningham attacked in half. Snowing a little bit, driving in our faces. It's Hammond, scorer of 3 tries midweek. Pirouettes, goes up to the Halifax 20. And Fax forced to line up. They're all offside on the referee's right. Saints move the ball over to their right. Busby drop off ball to Perellini. Perellini again. He drives forward, shrugs the tacklers off, pumps the legs again, releases the ball. Booth couldn't take it. Halifax on the break.
Munro has the pace, he has support, and it's there for Yamanga. The chase is on with Prescott. Prescott has plenty of place. There's a man inside for Yamanga. It was Asarimoni who couldn't keep hold of the ball. So St Helens come away with it, and now a chance for Hayes going in the opposite direct.
Yes, and he's still going. Certainly a mistake by the Saints, a loose ball that couldn't be taken. Halifax broke away. They should have got the points on the board there. But Booth driving up. Upended 10 metres short. Oh, well, that should be a penalty. No danger about that. Took the man's leg as he went up there. But Saints unlucky. Halifax unlucky at one end, Daniel, and Saints unlucky at the other. Saints going to tap it quickly. I think they're going to have a go for goal. Beaver's the captain, just slowing it down. He's bringing up Steve Prescott. Seesaw game, could have easily been a try. I thought you'd have been away there with the pace. You had about 3-1 at the end, and then Saints broke away and came up, Darryl.
Well, Prescott had the pace. It was a bad pass inside. Prescott did well to force Amanga towards the touchline. And I think it was more of a desperate pass to get the ball away, because perhaps Prescott had taken his opposite number into touch. But it came straight back with Hayes, and Simon Bulls just won himself a nomination for an Academy Award, Ronnie. He's had an offer from the Bolshoi Ballet for his Dying Swan act. But it's going to give Saints a chance to level the scores. With Prescott against the wind, just inside the 20.
Yeah, Steve Prescott. We're both passing this microphone round because it's a bit cool, but Prescott puts it right across the face of the post. Halifax take it. The Saints have got to keep him on his feet, and try and force him back, but they can't. So it's Halifax in possession. The score still 2-0 to the Drumhaulers.
But they're not out of danger yet. St Ellis ducking and weaving, thinking about throwing the pass while on his knees. Rolling from acting after Kettridge. Missed out Wayne Jackson, who was running at greater speed and has done to good effect so far in the opening 8 to 10 minutes. Baldwin brought down, fifth tackle, good set by Saints again in defence. Back to one, Twilange, that's one round the head. Simon Bull going over the top on Twilange. And Halifax are quick to pump the ball behind the St Helens defensive line into touch on that far side. Well, it's been all action in the first 10 minutes up to now, and you can bet after the recent meetings between these two sides that it's not going to be a low-scoring game. Wayne Jackson going forward through one over the 20-metre line. Cunningham and Beavers combining to bring him down, but Halifax looking to put the pressure on Moana, looking for Jackson. Great run by Jackson, but he loses possession at the vital moment. Well, a few cold fingers out there, Ronnie, and it's showing in the opening minutes. Almost forced back over the line there. A couple of errors coming up. We could have had 3 or 4 tries already.
Yes, we certainly could, but good defence by Halifax there. They was unlucky as they drove through. You've got to come through at pace. But Cunningham breaking away now. Michael Jackson did well. He came through at pace. He actually got the ball, but solid tackling by the Saints. Wrenched the ball out of his hands. And now the Saints have weathered the storm. They've moved up. I think that's the 5th, is it? No, this will be the 5th. As Cunningham scampers away. He's lost possession now. Halifax flick it up, and they're back. Obviously, cold hands, the order of the day.
Well, Kettridge got a great ball up to Baldwin off the ground. Halifax obviously not in a position to attack, couldn't make much ground. They're going to try to now with Amone. Kettridge using the blind side of Angle, linking in to Twilange. Twilange tackled well by Booth. Kettridge looking for runners. One out football, loses possession. Now Saints on the counter-attack with Andy Northey.
Yes, Kettridge, I think, that just slipped the ball up. No, they said thank you very much, he broke through. The game littered with errors, but it is exciting. It's end-to-end stuff. 12 minutes gone, 2 points to nil. Halifax in the lead. Andy Leatham brings it on the short side. Up to the halfway. Cunningham at dummy half. The ball's knocked forward. That should be another set of 6. The referee's not waved it off. Rowley got fingers to that. Well, he's waved it off now. Obviously the indication, we got done like that at Huddersfield with perhaps an indication from the referee that wasn't as clear as it should have been. Simon Booth turns it back. He's got to release it. Saints have got to spread it. They bring it over. Andy Northey. Northey again pushes the defenders off. 2 again he pushes off and then has to take the tackle. Jackson just over the top a little enthusiastically, but Wayne Jackson doing the job though. The ball looking to be released to Andy Haig. Halifax urged to get back onside. They're all offside, all in front of the referee. He lets play go on as Joey Hayes scampers away. Hayes up to the 10-metre line, he's still going. He's forced towards the touchline. 5 metres short. Saints looking for the first score. They trail by 2 points to nil. Beavers along the line. Hammond again. Prescott in the line. Oh, that's good tackling there. Great tackling from Halifax on the 6th. Wayne Jackson. Well, he's a bit unlucky there, I thought. I think the referee making a bit of a meal out of that. Sometimes they can be a little too pedantic, Daryl. And obviously, I feel for you there, but I still hope we get the 2 points, my friend.
Well, I noticed you were calling for the offside at the referee earlier, but no problem this time, right in front of the post. It's a bit more in your favour, a bit. It's a chance for Prescott to equal the scores, which I'm sure he will do from this.
Yes, I'm sure he will, but they were offside. I mean, even the most partisan of commentators, as we both are, Daryl, Halifax were all offside. The referee looked, he pointed, he didn't penalise, but then he ruled that Wayne Jackson was infringing, had to play the ball, and Steve Prescott kicks his 12th of the season after just 15 minutes play, and say thank you very much, and the score's all level at 2 points apiece. Saints will restart. Phil Beavers from the centre spot, kick the ball out to Halifax, obviously the scoring side. Restart play now.
Well, I said earlier we could have had 2 or 3 tries already. We could have had 2 or 3 goals. Halifax missed 2, St Helens have missed 1. So it's 2 points all after 15 minutes. And Beavers with a good kick, which almost causes him only problems. He manages to get up and he brings it away strongly from the Halifax line, almost up to the 20. Jackson. Michael Jackson over the 20. Northey and Hammond wrapping him up and putting him to ground. Kettridge running on the short side, always looking around for the option that passes Martin Kettridge. Rolling from acting half. Riley with a challenge. Halifax approaching halfway as Baldwin looks for a gap through the middle. Cunningham did enough to slow Baldwin down till Perolini got there. The 5th tackle, Halifax still in their own half. Dean pressured and gets away a kick, which shouldn't be too much trouble to Prescott once it slows down a little bit.
Yes, obviously cold hands, an awkward bouncing ball, difficult conditions. The ground will be probably rock hard. It's the final match of the Centenary Championship, and as you said, Darryl, it's the 3rd time that these 2 teams have met. Northey slips it out to Arnold. Arnold just loses his footing. Good cover defence there. St John Ellis comes in. Beavers along the line. Saints are going to spread it. Oh, good drop-off ball to Perolini, but excellent tackle there. Kettridge and Rowley quickly in. Booth moves it right. Beavers. Busby inside to Hammond. Great ball inside to Hammond. So support from Haig, and Haig's under the sticks. Oh, that's an excellent try. Right out of the top drawer, the ball had to be moved out. It had to be moved quickly. It was, and Saints come up with a 4-pointer. 17 minutes of the half gone. Andy Haig with his 7th of the season, but that was good play that. It was Nordy that started it over here, just below our commentary position. He slipped it to Arnold. Arnold just lost his feet. Then the ball moved across, Beavers through hands, Perolini out onto the far side. Hammond made the initial break. Haig was alert to it. He came on the inside, took it well, and slipped in for the try under the sticks. The clock stopped while Prescott just composed himself. But as you said as well before, Daniel, with the departure of Eric Hughes, it's Brian Case and John Myler, the Alliance and Academy coaches that have taken over the side. They must have picked it for this afternoon. Quite a few youngsters in, but they're all getting a chance in the first team. 9 regular first teamers out, and Chris Newall on the bench. And well, he's only Chris Newall. The others have played first team rugby. He's looking to get on to make his first team debut. Had an excellent game in the A team on Friday night when the A team secured the league by beating Oldham 21 points to 15. Prescott converted that. Beavers kicked it off. Halifax will have the possession back.
And Amoni brings it out. He's skipped through 2. Beavers there. Amoni looks around for support. Nobody behind him. The St Helens defence being resilient up to now. And the Halifax support play would probably not expect Amoni to get through the tackle so easily. Rolling from acting half. Cunningham lays one hand on him. But the ball's come loose as Halifax surrender possession again. And that is early in the tackle count. And they could well do without that. Now we've been 6 points behind.
Yes, there's quite a lot of handling errors, and up on our gantry, our podium position, the Halifax coach Steve Sims is at the opposite end, and he'll be tearing his hair out with the mistakes that Halifax are making. But obviously you've got to try and capitalise on the opposition's mistakes. Beavers brings it out. Hammond again, looking to draw the defence in. Short ball to Norley. Turns out to the first tackle of Martin Moana. Held, the referee shouts. Tate's playing against the wind, but down the hill. Perolini. And it's the last one of the sequence. Busby's running it. Busby chips it for the corner. Busby tries to follow it up. Fax come up with the possession. The Saints cover defence. But Amoni, I think, is it? No, Twilangi, I beg your pardon.
Good play by Twilangi. Halifax need to move quickly, and they do with Monroe, who's just brought down by Cunningham. 10 metres from halfway. Halifax look for the quick play again. Jackson running out wide, trying to step inside Riley. Good tackle. St Ellis leaves Riley dancing about. Met by Andy Leedham inside the Saints half. Dean trying to set the move up. Short ball to Jackson. Jackson running strongly as ever. 5th tackle. Halifax a long way yet from that St Helens line. Moana will chip through on the floor. This could have been a problem for Hayes, but he does well to pick it up. And Halifax must now try and force the pressure on St Helens as they try to come away from their own.
Yes, not a bad set of 6 from the Thrumallers as they move it down. Always good tactics, putting the ball low to the ground. Difficult for trying to picking it up at any time, irrespective of weather conditions, but even so on a day like today. Danny Arnold moving off his left wing position as Saints bring it over to the left wing. Northey the chest, dips the shoulder down, has to take the tackle. Good tackling, Michael Jackson, Paul Heighton. Now it's with Andy Leatham, another lad making his way into the first team, prop forward. In the absence, obviously, of Adam Fogarty, the ex-Halifax player. But also Halifax, a couple out, obviously with Fieldhouse with the broken jaw, and Carl Harrison injured. John Bentley, who hurt himself, and Schuster that's been out with a broken thumb. And the big Welshman Moriarty, yes, obviously you've got your injury problems as well, but still a decent side amassed on the park, Darrell. Scrum down, Halifax head and feed. It's the first scrum we've had.
I think it is, Ronnie. I'm sure it is. Having said that about the decent Halifax pack, it's been forced upon Steve Sims that a lot of these lads have grown a little bit together as they've been forced into the first team through those injuries. But they've gelled together quite well. They're going for the best finish for 10 years. Up to now, it's not going quite their way. They're trailing by 8 points to 2. But there's a long way to go yet, as Rowley's finally dumped by Simon Booth. Just short of Saints territory. Kettridge makes it to halfway, unloads this time with the aid of the boot, gets it another couple of yards. Twilangi stands in the tackle and unloads to Munro. Munro's wrapped up well, good defence by Cunningham. Dean will look to go for the gap, but he can't get through Andy Leedham. Fifth tackle, and Halifax only just inside the Saints half. Moana back to Rowley for the kick, and Rowley put that one deep behind the St Helens line. The bounce of it will take it dead in goal, so it'll come back for a tap on the 20. St Helens not quite in a rush, I think taking a bit of a breather after that opening 90-mile-an-hour start running.
Yeah, it did go rather quickly in the early minutes, didn't it? But what have we got? 23 minutes gone on the clock. Saints still in the lead by 8 points to 2. And Booth taking the ball up to within 10 metres of the halfway. Saints again will have to spread it out, putting the ball about a bit and backing the man up with possession. Is going to pay dividends for the Saints today. It already has done. Got one try on the board. 2 goals, 1 a penalty. Beavers again, over to Hammond. Quick ball there to Busby. Inside to Arnold. Arnold breaks away. Only the full-back to beat. He gives him a shimmy. But Umanga, a great tackle. Played to Beavers. Saints again, move it right. Hammond shows the dummy. Drives again. Little drop-off ball there. Perolini. The Terminator drives forward. He's 10 metres short. Saints will have to bring it left. It was a knock-on. Fingers there at the play of the ball, and Cunningham couldn't take it. Turnover, Halifax possession.
Very generous of you, Ronnie, seeing that. But Halifax camped down in their own quarter. I think weather's giving me a Christmas feeling. Ball appeals again. They're not heard by Stuart Cummins. Jackson, great run by Michael Jackson, stepping forward. And that's a flop by Simon Booth. He's not seen that one. Jackson gets up and looks about. There's nothing coming from referee nor touch judges. Amone brings Twilangi on the inside. Twilangi against Beavers. And Dean Busby can't get through. Craig Dean, short ball to Jackson. Jackson past Kettridge. Rowley picks it up. 3-2 for Halifax. Umanga, 2 Paul Lighton, can't keep hold of it. Surrenders possession again to Arnold. And it's interesting, I've noticed with Stuart Cummins, he'll not listen to the roars of the crowd here, although I think he must go deaf when he comes out of Central Park, because he listens to Paieta supporters, Ronnie, and I think even you'll agree with that.
And he's not doing bad listening to you a lot either here today, I'll tell you. As Busby gets it away to Arnold. But there, I disagree with you there, Daniel, with that tackle by Booth on Jackson, I think it was. It wasn't a flop. The man wasn't tackled, he wasn't actually grounded. If he'd have gone up and scored a try, you'd have been in raptures and I'd have been disappointed. But anyway, here ended the first lesson. Let's get on with it. Cunningham breaks away, gets up to the halfway line. He releases it to Northey. Northey now tries to round St John Ellis. He has to take the tackle. Very slippy on the touchline there. Lots of snow as Mike Riley, experienced wing person Mike Riley, in his second spell here at St Helens. Don't know whether he actually was off the boots, but his second run in the first team. Beavers puts it downfield. Umanga will have to play it. He comes up, Arnold comes in to meet him, and a great tackle by Danny Arnold.
Well, Umanga was being very careful behind his own line with that bouncing ball. He's seen the errors so far, didn't want to make one himself. Moana almost did there, having to turn round and collect possession. St Helens keeping a close eye on the Halifax standoff. Dean finds the gap, has Baldwin in support. Now Baldwin has pace. He's got through Prescott, pursuing defenders, but that's a great run by Baldwin. Haig and Simon Booth getting back to make the tackle. Chances for Halifax, but again they lose the possession. but Monroe just unable to hold the final pass, which probably would have sent him away for the try.
Yes, again, Darrell. I mean, how many times? That must have been about the fourth time that you should have had points on the board, but it wasn't to be. Saints can breathe a sigh of relief. Leatham coming away. Cries from the partisan Fax faithful for a knock-on as he put that ball, but there's a little bit of interference as he went to play it. As Hammond turns it back to Perolini, up to the halfway, gets it away to Prescott. Prescott moves over to the right, quickly dispatched to the earth. Hayes from the dummy half position, he comes crossfield, quickly grasped the Twilangi as Hayes powers the legs, tries to drive forward. Once again, Hammond puts it downfield. Will the ball run dead? It'll have to be, well, it does run dead. I'm going to say it'll have to be handled carefully, and Halifax will restart from the centre of the 20.
Well, Damien Monroe was very hesitant then. He looked to have 2 or 3 goals. Eventually deciding to let it run dead. Kettridge drives forward, but not very far as Halifax try to come out of their own half again. Amone, a step on the inside. Cunningham there around the tackle. Wayne Jackson driving forward to halfway, getting up and playing it very quickly, allowing Rowley a little bit of space. Steps out of Beaver's tackle, still going forward is Rowley. That's a great run by the Halifax hooker. Back towards the St Helens quarter. Halifax still looking for the first try. Long ball to Dean. Dean puts Baldwin in the gap. Baldwin around Beavers. Dean there for the support. Gets out of the grip of Prescott. And Prescott making the committing the Cardinal sin, going upstairs. He's only a very small man, is Craig Dean, but the only way to stop a player is around the legs. Prescott failed to do that, and Dean strode away, but it was Baldwin with a touch of class again, breaking through the middle, Ronnie. And Amanga, with 1 from 3, will try to turn it into 6. And the roars of the crowd tell you that he's been successful. And so the scores are level again. It's 8 points all. Half an hour gone in the first half. St Helens will receive the possession from the kick-off. But despite the conditions, the handling errors, it's all made for a good game up to now, Ronnie. And I don't think 8 points all is a bad score, really. It's a fair reflection.
No, it is a good game, Darrell, irrespective of our partisan opinions. The first few minutes was both teams weighing each other up, and there was a few little head-eye tackles that referee Cummins just cooled it down, but the game seems to have settled down now. 8 points apiece. Halifax have had more chances than Saints, and they've bombed them. Well, the referee giving Saints a penalty for whatever reason. But a good kick takes Saints 8 metres inside the Halifax half. 32 gone on the clock. Perolini, well taken. Superb tackling by Halifax as they come in. Beavers, Leatham used as the foil, but Busby taken down by Michael Jackson. Hammond attacked in half. Leatham again. In the powerhouse, in the forward, the engine room. Both Leatham and Perolini taking the ball up at every available opportunity. Once again, Saints going through the repertoire, moving, plodding, changing, turning the ball round. Halifax have it. It's a loose ball and Halifax are away.
Twilangi tried to release it. He no need to. It's the first tackle. He's given the possession away. And Steve Sims must be going crazy. That's 2 clear-cut opportunities on that bottom side. And Halifax just keep surrendering the possession.
Yes, Darrell, he dummied. He tried to cod the Saints player coming in for the tackle, but in the end he just put it up. Saints came up with the possession. An unforced error on the first tackle, as you said. Leatham going through there, Jackson in a little enthusiastically, and Cunningham scampers away from the acting half. Cunningham Anga to beat. Cunningham again brought down 10 metres short. Had to be a good tackle in the end. Beavers moves it right. Oh yes, Higgs in for his second. Picked the balls out of that. What a movement there, and that all coming from a Halifax mistake. 34 minutes gone of the first half. Haig in for his second. Maybe a try that shouldn't have been, Darrell. Halifax got the possession, they moved it down their left wing. A loose ball, Saints capitalised on it, moved it back over, drove it upfield, and then Cunningham from the acting halfback scampered up, was brought down 10 metres short. Quick play the ball from Vivers, took it to the right, slipped it to Haig, and some paper-thin Halifax tackling. He went through for another 4 points for the Saints.
Especially for that poor defending by Halifax, even more so when it should have been really their try at the other end of the field. And as Prescott successfully converts Haig's second try, St Helens restore a 6-point lead.
Yes, bitterly disappointed Halifax and Steve Sims must be, but Saints capitalise on it there, and all the points you can get here at Thrumall, they're all acceptable. I think the last time that we actually broadcast together here at Thrumall, Darrell, it's a couple of seasons ago, because it's usually on Sky, isn't it? But I think Halifax ran away with about 30 points odd lead. Saints made it more respectable at the end, but Fax still came up with a win. They're in the possession now. This is coming up to the second tackle.
They're only going from acting half. He had the option of unloading the pass, but didn't. Paul Lighton has Jackson screaming on his shoulder, but will take the tackle. And St Helens are offside, and Stuart Cummins spotted that without the assistance of the Halifax crowd.
He's the only one that did spot it, Darrell.
Well, no, you didn't, Ronnie. Kettridge driving forward. Halifax on the attack. Rowley to Wayne Jackson. He had to leap up to pick that out of the air, and he almost broke through. It was a good tackle from Beavers. Halifax bringing it back right. The run round. Great ball to Amanga off Amone. That's a set move, and that is to perfection. As Amanga responds instantly for Halifax. Dean came up the back. Amone took the ball, and so off with Dean and Chester. It's the run round where Dean will take the return, but on this occasion Amanga steamed into the line from nowhere, through the defence, and Halifax with the reply they needed to keep them right in touch. 3 minutes to go to half time, and it might be cold on the terraces, but there's plenty on the field to keep the spectators warm. You can't beat it for value, despite the fact there's a lot of big names missing. Both sides are giving us a good show of rugby.
They certainly are. It is exciting end-to-end stuff. There's no danger about that. There'll be stern words in both dressing rooms at half-time as Saints bring it out again from the kick-off. Perolini keeps it going. Saints have a sub on. Phil Waring just come on. Dean Busby. Michael Jackson there. It was round the shoulder. No cries, obviously, from the Saints faithful. But Booth comes onto a lovely ball there. Booth again. Kicks out of the tackle. It's with Prescott. Prescott, oh, pirouettes, he drives up, support there, good tackling there from Twilangi, the ball's loose, Hammond lost it, good tackle from Twilangi there, it had to be a good tackle as the man there was through, but some good work by the Saints as they drove the ball up 50-60 metres, and a scrum down to be formed in the Halifax half, just short of the 20.
Halifax win the scrum. Dean has to go back to retrieve it. Didn't take it cleanly at the back of the scrum. Paul Lighton moved into the centre of the field, running diagonally outwards. Makes 30 sideways and 10 forward, and it looks like Mike Riley who's taking the knock there as he went in for the tackle. Jackson pushes away Vivers. Cunningham gets back to bring Jackson down, but again Jackson should have had support there, as Amone did earlier when he broke through. Wayne Jackson, great work from Wayne Jackson. Spun round again, thought they're better letting the pass go. Kettridge out to Twilangi. Twilangi at pace, shrugs away Vivers. Vivers managing to cling on to the shirt of Twilangi. The fifth tackle. Chances on the right for Halifax if they can move the men across, but Moana's gone back on the inside. He's got the pass to Kettridge. Now Halifax have men coming up. Amanga's in the line again. And Amanga has been one of the finds of the season for Halifax. It's his second try. What a time to get it. A minute before half-time. It looked as though Halifax was short of men on this right-hand side. And Moana cut back on the inside. He managed to get the pass away. And Amanga raced away his second try in 2 minutes. And it might just send Halifax into the lead at half-time. And perhaps just deservedly so. They're finally getting their act together after their mistakes. But he hasn't. He's come a bit nearer in, but not near enough. The hooter sounds for the end of the half. Amanga's missed his fourth conversion, but Halifax are in the lead by 2 points. It's been a pulsating first half under the conditions. Halifax are entering possession. They finally got their act together. Umanga, 12 points of Halifax is 16 with 2 tries, a penalty and a conversion. Craig Dean it was that scored the try for Halifax. Andy Haig's not doing bad for Saints with 2 tries. Prescott's 2 conversions and a penalty. But if the first half was exciting, I'm sure the second half will be, and I'm sure there's a lot more points to come from all this afternoon. But Halifax going in at the break, leading by 16 points to 14. A display from the Boys and Girls Brigade. One of the old legends of rugby league, the Boys and Girls bands at half-time running. Do you think with summer rugby we might see the Aussie style? Tina Turner perhaps? You might see Alan Turner from Emmerdale Farm. I think that's nearest you'll get. But Saints get it underway. Halifax leading by 2 at the half, 16 points to 14. And they're playing out the first 6 of the second half. And I think the word from Steve Sims will be to respect the possession and keep hold of it. They could have had 3 or 4 more tries in the first half, could Halifax. And Twilangi is doing his utmost to take Halifax forward towards another one. And Rowley gets it to Twilangi. Good run. It's Waring that manages to hold on to bring him down just inside the Saints half. Rowley dancing about from acting half, finding a gap again. And it's the 5th tackle. Moana, one in the air, and it's going to hang in the wind. There's pressure, it's offside. 2 little good runs in that set of 6 from Rowley. Well, if you're comparing the hookers this afternoon, Ronnie, I think you'd give it to Rowley for attacking and Cunningham for defending.
Well, they've both run well, though. Obviously, you look towards your own, don't you? But they both run well. And Darrell says he doesn't know what I mean. My word. You speak with forked tongue. Saints have the possession. Nice to see Mike Riley still on the field. He was carried to the touchline just before the half-time interval, and Chris Newall was nearly on for his debut. But obviously Riley's shaken the injury off in the 10 minutes we've had for lemons, as they say. Cunningham at dummy half. Beavers. Cut out ball. Oh, well taken and passed on by Hammond onto Northey. Touched the fingertips, turned it back. Did well to keep it going. Beavers again. Slips it to Perolini. Saints are stood still. My word, Saints will have to burst into action. Halifax obviously full of running. We're scoring 2 tries right at the end of the half. Last one of the sequence. Hammond puts it up. It's a tester for Halifax. Busby has it. Busby with a gap. He gives it to Waring, and Waring's in at the corner. The referee says that's a try. My word. Just as I'm saying the Saints will have to get their act together, they certainly reply in kind, don't they? And the lead changes hands again, Darrell, as the Saints take the lead by 18 points to 16 after 2 minutes of the second half. It's in the paper, it's on the score sheet, it's on the scoreboard. Saints are in the lead by 18 points to 16, and Halifax will receive possession.
And they'll be looking to reply in the same style as they did in the first half. Amone hurdling over Busby. Jackson running strongly, Busby across to make a good tackle. Well, Perolini's offside this time. And Jackson taking a knee to the head. And if you want to know what Perolini's knee feels like on your head, just ask John Bentley. His last game was away at St Helens when an accidental collision, I think, broke his jaw in 2 places and his cheekbone. He'll not be ready till the Super League, which starts at the end of March, of course. The Challenge Cup in between. Whitehaven away next week for Halifax. Saints against Castleford on the television. And hoping to collect something for the trophy cabinet besides dust, as Halifax are, of course. And Michael Jackson in the thick of the action again, brought down 10 metres out, and Halifax could possibly get that quick reply if they can set the move up here. Wayne Jackson going forward, turning round, he releases the ball to Paul Iton, and Paul Iton has got in the bottom corner, handled up by Stuart Cummins. He must have had his nose on the whitewash. Amanga, 5th tackle. Halifax insist on passing it. Moana will have to release. He does to St John Ellis. Ellis around the back. Amanga to Dean. Chances here. Dean's put the kick on the floor. Nothing coming. But Waring makes a mistake of it. Well, I've seen referees give knock-ons for less than that, Ronnie.
Well, I'll agree with you there, but I thought it had gone backwards. He did fumble with the ball, but it had gone back, and it's just a referee's decision. You see some terrible decisions, don't you? But Saints have the possession. The Saints 13 were tested to the full there. Cunningham scampers away, breaks quickly. Support there coming up from Busby. Busby pirouettes out of the tackle. Baldwin takes him down, his counterpart just inside the Halifax half. Rowley breaks quickly, Beavers gives him the run around, Beavers scampers away, and Beavers chips it, Hammond's chasing it. And it was taken well there, as Fax back in possession.
Twilangi looks for a break on the short side. Takes 3 to put him down. Halifax bunching a bit in the middle of the park. Amone finds the break. Through 2, up to halfway. Great run by the Halifax second rower. Quickly playing it. Rowley was a little bit late to get there, but Halifax continue the move. Wayne Jackson running strongly, as he has done all the game so far for Halifax. Now Michael Jackson playing more as a centre, not finding the way through. Halifax have made good use of the first 5. Baldwin off the short ball, he looked round for support, nobody there. Rowley's copped one as he released the ball, but Halifax should have had men in support. St Helens breathe again and allow him to bring it away and lose possession. It's scampered back, there's no advantage taken, so it'll be a scrum with Halifax possession. Well, the second half beginning as the first half did, run it 90 mile an hour, and the errors.
Yeah, a few errors creeping in, but it's still exciting, isn't it? Obviously it's keeping us on our toes. And Paul Anderson down, ready, stripped off to come on as a replacement. It's the Saints man that's receiving treatment, Phil Beavers, over there on the far side. The veteran Beavers for Halifax head and feed.
Moana breaks through, just knocked off balance, allowing Bull to come back and make the tackle. Dean using the short side to Paul Iton. Iton's bundled out. A couple of Saints defenders managing to lift him off the ground. Wayward pass. Jackson will have to be careful picking it up. Loses it backwards. It's allowed Rowley a gap and he's going for it. Opposite number Cunningham, just stretching out the arm and dragging him down. Halifax with options on this left hand side if they can move it across. Baldwin Well, Amoni tried to put him into the gap. It was closed up quickly by the Saints defence, still using the short side. Halifax, Michael Jackson takes the pass from Amoni, brought down 2 metres away. And it's the last tackle again, Craig Dean. The little chip through, but nobody chasing it. Well, Wayne Jackson did make a half-hearted attempt. There should have been somebody there though, a lot quicker than that. Dean trying to use the kicking game, it didn't come off again, as it didn't late in the first half when a better kick would have produced a try for Halifax.
Yeah, but Ketteridge off and Anderson on. Only a youngster Anderson, a big lad and a fresh man, as Northey there comes through on the second tackle. Booth had made good yardage initially. Halifax break quickly. Saints trying to spread it. Busby turns it back to Vivers. Vivers unloads to Riley. And Riley pumping the legs, trying to gain forward momentum. Cunningham again, goes on the short side. Takes it out to Danny Arnold. Arnold on a run. Very limited touches from this youngster. But he's a class act, he's Danny Arnold. In the limited appearances he's had, he's come down with, he scored 10 touchdowns. Riley again. Riley breaks out of the tackle but meets another 2 Halifax defenders. Wayne Jackson, one of them. Well, the eye taken off the ball by Carl Hammond. The 6th tackle, that's going to be the turnover.
Well, it's fast and furious. Anderson's first drive, and it's a good one. 10 metres from halfway, St Ellis on the inside, trying the step, but he's up against the Saints forward, and they won't move. Pedalini it is that brings him down. Dean to Wayne Jackson. Well tackled by Cunningham, just inside the St Helens half. Paul Anderson again, driving forward. St Helens crowding the defenders around him. Rowley to Baldwin. Baldwin to Monroe. But Monroe, for some reason, hesitating, allowing Waring to make the tackle. 5th one, Amone in the air. And Amone, no doubt about that one, playing the fullback. He looks innocently at the referee, but he made no attempt to play the ball there. Went straight for Prescott. Referee had his hand in the air, it would have been play on. But Amone just putting a little bit too much pressure on Steve Prescott.
Yes, he was, but you've got to try and put a lot of pressure on the opposition if you can. A change for the Saints. Phil Beavers coming off. That means Phil Waring will go into the scrum half position, and Richard Shield coming on to replace Beavers. Played hooker in the A-team on Friday night. He's front rower, second rower. He'll play anywhere. Had an excellent game, man of the match on Friday evening, and that may have influenced the coaching staff to put him in again today. Riley running hard and strong. A lot of youngsters coming through the academy, through the alliance. Richard Shield again. Last tackle of the sequence. Waring, he'll have to kick it. He chips it through for Prescott to chase. The ball's still all on. Prescott will follow it up. It's a try, is it? No, the referee's brought it back. Has he given a knock on, Darrell? It was on the 6th tackle anyway, wasn't it?
Yeah, just losing control of it. Just a little knock on. It was enough for Stuart Cummings to see. Amone, brought down by Busby. I think the Halifax supporters saw a half trip there by Busby. A few moans and groans. Rowley from acting half, looking for the support there with Dean. Dean looking to go forward, up towards halfway. Almost 15 minutes on in the second half, still 2 points separating the team. Moana puts it up perfectly for Jackson, but Jackson runs into trouble. 5th tackle just inside the Saints half. Moana with a kick over the top. He had St Ellis racing after it, but that one never on. St Ellis trying to take the ball with his arms outstretched. Should have should have tried to get underneath it a bit better. I think it's always difficult to take that, but he knew the move was on from Moana.
Yes, a good ploy from Halifax. Not coming off in the end. St. John Ellis, renowned speedster, who'd have got that. He could have been away under the sticks. Saints break away again. Cunningham pushes two off, picks himself up, drives up again. Baldwin, one of the tacklers, along with Anderson. As Saints break away, bring it short side. Perolini looking for support. Northy's there. Northy weighing the options up, but gets three in for his corner. Wayne Jackson, one of them. Drop off ball, well taken by Richard Shield. Weathered the challenge of Anderson, and he's still going. Comes in again, and Mooney comes in for a second bite of the cherry, with Rowley completing the initial tackle. Whirring along the line, Busby straightens up, brings the ball back, draws the defence, and finally brought down by Michael Jackson. Both of these Jacksons in the Halifax side have had excellent games as Booth chips it. Taken by Twilangi. Took it well, didn't he, Daddle?
Well, he did it. Stopped a few Halifax hearts with that. Amanga on for the hat-trick, two in the first half. Great tackle by Waring, but great run by Amanga. Waring having a second go and feeling the force of Amanga's kick out of the tackle. Ball back inside. Was that interference? It looked as though the Halifax man was being pulled back there.
And then I heard the cries, but I just wasn't watching. Prescott again. Prescott breaks through. Oh, looking to slip it up, but catches it. Well, there's no knock on. The Halifax crowd crying for it. The man caught the ball. It didn't actually go forward. You can do that. You can knock it forward and catch it. Hammond turns it inside to Haig, looking for his hat-trick. Haig has the ball popped up out of his hands. The ferociousness of the tattle there, shaking it free. In fact, back in possession.
Baldwin driving forward over halfway. And Anderson coming in off the short ball. Saints crowding the defence around Anderson again, rolling up quickly from acting half. Waring there, but Dean gets the pass. Dean going for the gap. Booth, one of the biggest men on the St. Helens side, big enough to catch Craig Dean, rolling back inside to Moana. Moana with his first try for Halifax. He had the power and the pace. Busby tried valiantly to bring him down, but Moana at 6 foot plus and over 14 stone, so close to the line. It's going to take a big man to stop him, Ronnie, and Halifax regain the lead. And Andy Northey is being helped up off the ground by the St. Helens physio. No problem for Yamanga this time. He's found the mark. It seems to take an ace to get over the barred that ball. It held up in the wind. But it means that the lead is now 4 points back in Halifax's favour, and still over 20 minutes to go. So, and still a lot more points to be scored, I think, Roddy.
Yes, and I hope some of them come St. Helens way, Darryl. Halifax regain the lead, 22-18. Andy Northey just been held top, as you say, and Chris Newall coming on for his debut in the first team. He's another player that certainly has impressed throughout the junior ranks at Nosey Road. He had an excellent game on Friday evening as well. Michael Jackson coming in for the tackle rather enthusiastically. He's going to be spoken to. That was a foolish bit of play. Second bite of the cherry, you wrap the man round the neck. Referee Cummins will warn him. Any more of that, young man, and I'm afraid you'll be having 10 minutes in the sin bin or even the early bath. But on the whole, the game's been played in a very good spirit. I mean, we are playing body contact, high speed body contact sport. We're not pouncing about with a round ball game like these other lot play, where you do blow on them and there's an inquest. Anyway, Saints have lost possession. Perolini on the halfway line. The referee is looking to the touch judges. The penalty has gone St Helens' way. Was it the touch judge on the far side, Donald, that gave the indication? I know Perolini thought he'd had the ball ripped out of his hand. It's not always the case, but the referee didn't know. He looked at the touch judges. They gave the decision. Saints kick the ball upfield. They're in an ideal position to build up. As Richard Shield comes through, he penetrates to Halifax 20. The ball across field, Whirring. Head inside, Andy Leatham. Leatham centre field. 20 metres out. The Halifax defence going to be tested to the full. Hammond, Busby running well, and Busby has run well. He's brought down 10 metres short. Whirring takes it up himself, brings it in for Perolini. Halifax force a line up on their own line. Cunningham out there to Hammond, looking for support. He gets it to Cunningham. Cunningham's in for the try. That's a try by Cunningham as the Saints hit back. The Halifax spectators doing a bit of booing. Obviously they feel that decision right on the halfway line was incorrect. As the Saints drove up, Busby heavily involved, and then the ball turned left. Whirring took command, he was brought down short, and then from the resulting play it came to Cunningham. He was about 10 metres out or even less, and he took a low dive and went in and touched down for the Saints try, which puts them back on level terms, 22 apiece each, with this conversion to come. But it's there. Prescott. Yes, Prescott looking to tag at the extras, which will give Saints the lead. The touch judges raise the flags. Michael Jackson coming off, did he say, Darrell? Have they put one man on for him? And Gillespie's gone on. Halifax to receive the ball.
Well, I think the substitution more for Michael Jackson's benefit. He's been getting a bit over enthusiastic, but that's it has to be said, that's the way Michael Jackson plays, well above his weight, of course, and played to good effect this season. He's been a star man in the second half of the season, Michael Jackson, and I'm sure he'll feel himself he's had a good season after being plagued by injuries since he joined from all. Gillespie's first touch ends in a two-man tackle from Busby and Booth. Rowley again going from acting half. He's managing somehow to get out of the tackles and keep his feet, is Rowley. Gets the pass away to Gillespie. Gillespie waited for the first one, didn't get it, and didn't expect the second one. Paul Anderson, shoulder down, up to halfway, Paul Anderson. Good strong run at the last tackle. Halifax are going to need something special on this, but Baldwin can't give it this time. Tuolangi up very quickly and pulls down Newell at the second attempt.
Yes, Chris Newell with his first touch in the senior squad. On the wing there is a replacement for the Joey Hayes wing. Anyway, Phil Whirring came on, and Whirring's gone into the half-back position with Phil Beavers being injured. So Newell out on the wing. Andy Haig. Now it's Booth attacked in half, inside to Hammond. Hammond trying to draw the defence in. Well, obstruction there. Mike Riley coming crossfield. Halifax play it quickly.
Moana trying to take the advantage and perhaps catch Saints offside. Halifax looking to snatch the lead back again. Wayne Jackson running strongly, turning round, and Bull moving round to make sure the pass doesn't go away. Amone down the outside of one. Amone gets it away to Monroe. Monroe comes back on the inside. Two tacklers waiting for him. Dean to Moana. Moana trying to break through the middle, just brought down with an ankle tap from Waring. He's trying to get up to play it quickly. Bit of interference there at the play of the ball. and Halifax will go for goal. St John Ellis already pointing in that direction. Of course, without the captain since the departure of Martin Kettridge, he taking on that responsibility in the absence of Carl Harrison, who's had the stitches out of his knee this week but wasn't being risked. One or two of the Halifax senior players looking to return, hopefully in the later rounds of the Challenge Cup, provided of course that Halifax are in the later rounds of the Challenge Cup. But that all depends on Whitehaven next week. And Amanga is looking for his third success of the afternoon, which drifts to the left-hand side of the post. The fourth failure from Mike Amanga, and it could be very, very costly at the end of this game. Although Halifax will get possession from the dropout, they've made another change. Wayne Jackson has come off, he's limped off. Mark Perrott has come on. Perrott and Gillespie playing the Lions victory at Ulcar on Friday night, which leaves them requiring just one win to take the second division title. Gillespie, strong run almost through the middle, back into the St Helens half. He wants to get up and play it quickly. Perrott's first touch. Perrott also playing it quickly, rolling from acting half, pushes away the first man. Roller looking for the gap to the 20-metre line, gets the pass away to Dean. Dean looking for the support. Moana takes it, but takes it under pressure. And I think a little bit of non-comprende between Dean and Amona there, playing the first match together. And obviously crucial positions at half-back, and it takes time to gel in.
Yes, it does, with all teams, and you get youngsters, same as the Saints have got youngsters coming in. A ball taken by Perolini, took it well. Saints were put under pressure there, but they'll have to make the tackling count. It's got to go lower. You can't take the man high. They're running well, Halifax, they're running through. Booth unloads it there. Saints keep it going. Well taken by Waring. Well, that's an attempted high tackle. The referee says it's okay. There was nothing in it, but it was a little high. Didn't contact. Hammond out to the back door to Prescott. Prescott pirouettes. He released it to Waring. Saints keep it going. Waring unloads. Yamanga comes across. Oh, it's well taken. Munro takes it, but he's losing ground. Hammond closes him down.
Munro going the long way around. Gets to the 20-metre line eventually. He did well to take the ball. Two men going for that one. Imoni picks it up eventually. Here's Gillespie again with another good run. Just unable to break through the Saints line. St John Ellis drifting infield, looking for work. Stepping, but only going sideways. And the St Helens defence finally closing down. Monroe joining his wing partner, St John Ellis in centre field. Dean looking for the gap, gets away from Perolini, and Craig Dean will go through the middle and make it 8 metres into the St Helens half. It's the fifth tackle again. Rowlett, chip through on the floor. Baldwin plays football with it. The race is on now between Shield and Baldwin. Baldwin regathers it. Halifax are going to get 6 more. And a quick play, the ball should surely see Halifax score here on this left-hand side. But the wrong option taken there, it's allowed Saints to get back in defence. Moana going for the glory. Now perhaps a chance. And again, Halifax with the noses on the St Helens whitewash. But St Helens back in defence. Monroe running back into trouble. Haig brings him down. 12 minutes to go. 24-22 to St Helens. Moana trying to go through again. Fifth tackle. Good set of a good defence by St Helens. Paul Hyden breaks through on the last tackle. Well, I said St Helens had tackled well for the last 5, and it looked as though Paul Hyden was going to be held there, but he got that extra burst of strength from somewhere to get over the St Helens line, snatch the lead back again for Halifax, and really that try should have been scored on the first play.
A lot of cold and tight cheeks around this arena, Darryl.
Well, the centenary season has gone with a fizzle rather than a bang, and there's been one or two lower crowds. And despite the conditions today, it's nice to see a healthier crowd, and a crowd that's willing to make a lot of noise to cheer the sides on. And they're going to be here right to the end in this one, I think, Ronnie.
Yes, there's no danger about that. So you should always support your side, and the Saints have had excellent support this season. They've really got behind the charges. We've had a few indifferent results. Good break from Cunningham. He scampers away, he's looking for support. Perolini's with him. Oh, well taken by Newell. Newell sidesteps again. Big drive from this young lad. He takes it up, he took a lovely ball. Well, I should say he took it well off an awkward ball from Perolini. And Perolini again, out to Hammond, Hammond inside, to Prescott, Prescott with Yamanga to beat, Prescott, can he stretch? Oh, it must be the width of a midge, he's off the line. Just held short, Saints keep it going. Last one of the sequence, can Saints reply in kind, just as Halifax did? Hammond, it's a chip for the corner, Newell's chasing it, a favourable bounce. It slipped up to Haig, looking for his hat-trick. Haig stretching, oh, that's good tackling. That was good tackling, but just the awkward bounce of the ball. And Halifax have the possession.
They've also got a penalty. Well, Damien Munro thought he'd done the right thing by leaving the ball to go into touch, but it was coming from behind him. And I think he actually lost sight when he turned round. And it's fairly wicked what a rugby ball can do when it bounces. Damien Munro found that out to his cost at Castleford a couple of weeks ago. He came up trumps on that occasion, fortunately for him. But Twilangi threw himself all over Haig as the pass went back inside. So credit to Twilangi as well. Paul Eighton brought down by Phil Waring, 15 metres inside the Halifax half, centre field. St John Ellis pushes the first man off. Makes another 7 or 8, approaching the last 5 minutes, 26-24 to Halifax. Martin Moana trying to break through, gets to the halfway. And Rowley up quickly from acting half into opposite number Cunningham. And again, Rowley gets away, but not from Busby, and he's lost Halifax ground. Halifax players screaming for the pass on that occasion. And Baldwin this time aims one behind Newell, which finds touch just inside the St Helens quarter, and it's a good kick. But Saints show they can go the length with 5 or 6 tackles, so Halifax must tighten up in defence.
Yeah, 50 points on the board, Darrell, 26-24. We've not had many scrums out, love, have we? You know, it shows you what quite a good open game it's been. Saints on the 20. Playing up the hill with the breeze. Prescott again, Prescott breaks. Oh, he's scragged to the ground. Just come within a whisker before of scoring. And Saints retaking the lead. It's Arnold now, with some good tackling on the far side. Riley, oh, well met. Sandwich there, Amoni and Anderson come in and they crunch him. Good solid bone-crunching tackling. Perolini unloads it to Cunningham. Cunningham again, out to Haig. Good defence. Fax move in. Cunningham brings it blindside. He's got Newell inside. Oh, Cunningham has to take the tackle of Munro. Hammond now. Hammond gives the dummy. Looking for support, he throws it inside. Oh, he threw it anywhere. The support should have been following the man with the ball, and a chance for Saints scores a begging.
Well, perhaps they expected Hammond to kick, but you've always got to keep your eye on the ball. Saints didn't on that occasion, and Hammond had no option but to throw it away, the 6th tackle, so he wasn't really losing anything. Halifax would have got possession anyway. Perrett's found a gap down the middle. Strong run by Perrett, brought to an end 5 metres from halfway. Anderson off the short ball, charging forward, pops it up brilliantly for Baldwin. To Dean, 3-1. Gillespie back on the inside, he hasn't got the pace, he's going to get it to Baldwin. Baldwin's going to go round behind the post. Well, I said St Helens could go 50 or 60 metres. and it's Halifax that have done it. It's taken the lead to 6 points. It's restored that 6-point lead. It's going to be made 8, surely with a kick from under the post. But the burst from Pennant initially, and good backing up. Halifax found themselves in a 3-1 situation. And Gillespie almost got away. The Saints defence got back well, but Baldwin on the inside ball, round behind the post, to perhaps seal the 2 points for Halifax. Mike Amanga, not surprisingly, resumes the kicking duties from in front of the post. It's given Halifax an 8-point cushion. I think it's the biggest lead we've seen this afternoon, and that might just finally bury Saints' challenge. There's still plenty of time to go on it, and Halifax in the driving seat, 3 or 4 minutes left, but you never know what could happen when Saints decide to throw the ball about.
No, you don't, Darrell, but maybe that's tied it up for Halifax. I mean, if Saints do come, it's been an excellent game. You can't fault it for entertainment. It's been end-to-end stuff, and there's been some great tries scored. And as regards Halifax, I mean, it's probably 2 of your smallest men on the field that have done a lot of damage. Rowley and Dean have created havoc in the Saints defence. But if you do go down, and obviously there's 8 points separating the sides, Amanga's missed a shed full of goals, hasn't he? But that's just how it goes on the day. Saints read it quickly. Mathieson, lofted ball. Too lofted to Arnold. I suppose the idea was right to the man in space, but Arnold turns round and cold fingers there. He's not had a great deal of ball handling this afternoon. About 3 or 4 minutes and counting down, and obviously Saints, as they say, trying to catch up. 8 points, it's a lot to ask.
Well, stranger things have happened, but Halifax have 6 tackles which will eat away time on the clock, providing they hold the possession and use it sensibly. Paul Lighton to Amanga, who has been named, not surprisingly, man of the match. 2 tries, 3 conversions and a penalty for the Halifax fullback, and he really has been one of the finds of the season. He's only been playing the game since the start of this season, so perhaps he's still learning, but he's learned very quickly. And Halifax on that St Helens line again. And another try now would surely seal it for Halifax. Dean tries to create an opening. The 5th tackle, perhaps a drop goal at this stage, but Moana puts one on the floor. Gillespie plays football, and Leedham went down very bravely on that ball, and he's also got up to make a good 10 or 12 metres away from the St Helens line.
Yes, the Saints have the possession, trailing. Arnold coming in there off the left wing position, looking for a little bit of the action, and now it's Cunningham again, a lad that's worked tirelessly. He gives the ball to Richard Shield, and good yardage in that 3 tackles. Saints bring it up to the halfway line. Hammond, Busby to Haig, but good tackling there. Well, right on the 40th minute that is, but a great performance by the Halifax this afternoon. They come away with a 32 points to 24 win, and they take the 3rd position in the league, Donald.
Yeah, the best finish for 10 years. It was all about 3rd and 4th, both teams without big names. Halifax would have expected to face a much stronger St Helens side, but as has happened on a number of occasions, the young lads have come in all the teams this side this season, and they've done Saints proud this afternoon. They couldn't just manage it in the end. Perhaps Halifax with that little bit more experience. Their younger players have been longer in the first team, but I think the Halifax supporters will go home very pleased this afternoon. Steve Sims will be happy at the 2 points, and Mike Amanga, the man of the match, with 2 tries, 3 conversions and a penalty. and still have time to miss 4. Paul Ayton, Martin Marner and Craig Dean also got tries. Simon Baldwin sealed it 5 minutes from time for Halifax. Prescott 3 goals and a penalty. Andy Haig 2 tries. Cunningham a try. Phil Waring a try. But a breathtaking game at Thrumall in absolutely appalling conditions really. More reminiscent of the middle of December. Roll on summer rugby and sunshine. It's goodbye from me, Darryl McCauley. Ronnie Hughes, Micron Video, with Halifax taking the spoils, 32 points to 24.